Where should we go next?
It's a pleasure to serve with you, sir.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further.
Visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
It's important.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
Right. Such hard times down here.
I would never disagree that life in the Institute is better than above ground. We have done much to ensure it. Now, we take things even further. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
Please,
Be serious!
everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
Why would you joke about this? It isn't funny.
Were it a joke, I'd agree it's in poor form. But I'm afraid it's not. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once.
I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
What would it mean to be in charge?
Most divisions of the Institute are fairly autonomous, perfectly capable of functioning without intervention. Where those divisions interact, however, problems can arise. You'd lead the Directorate in setting policy, resolving disputes, and the like. There's no question that some of the Directorate, and the Institute at large, will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Our synth at Warwick sent his first report. Thanks for taking care of that.
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
I need some details here. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
Of course, that's why we're talking. Otherwise, you'd be up top already. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
Oh man, I have one of those, but it's in my other pants.
You wouldn't recognize one if it fell on your head. That's why I'm going to retrieve it.
You're going? That complicates things.
Not really, no. I admit I'm not fond of going up top, but I promise to stay out of your way. This device we're after? It's very sensitive equipment, and it's pretty damn old. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that I trust myself more. So, are you going to put up a stink, or can we get moving?
No way. You're not going. You'd be a liability.
Well, that's about the most insulting thing I've heard in a while. Okay, you're on your own then. Good luck. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area. We don't want them getting the agitator before we do. Head on up to the relay, and they'll get you over to mass fusion in a flash. Pun sort of intended.
Attention. Any personnel who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to Knight Captain Cade immediately to schedule an examination.
Squire.
Of course we'll stop.
That is all.
The Brotherhood always wins.
I still can't believe Dance was really a Sith. Damn, traitor.
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
If we're going to defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
How can the beryllium agitator start up his reactor?
If Prime's reactor is a campfire, the beryllium agitator is like a match. Strike it, throw it on the logs, and the whole thing ignites. Fusion reactors need a massive power surge. I'm sure I could get one of my...
Sure. And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
It's your funeral.
Well, with a big bad soldier like you watching my back, that's not gonna happen now, is it? Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the mass fusion tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Haven't gone out on a field op in a while. Feels good to be needed again. Hope you're geared up. Otherwise, this is gonna be a short trip. We need to get over to mass fusion as soon as we can. Haven't gone out on a field op in a while. Feels good to be needed again.
Proctor Ingram.
Hope you're geared up. Otherwise, this is gonna be a short trip.
Taking down Paladin Dance must have been a Tough order to follow.
Control systems all reporting back nominal.
Proctor.
We need to get over to mass fusion as soon as we can. We need to get over to mass fusion as soon as we can.
Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up before you head out.
Ingram?
Hope you're geared up. Otherwise, this is gonna be a short trip.
I'm going to stick to the ground. We'll meet up soon.
Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
Hostile targets sighted on the roof, sir. Prepare to engage.
Damn stinks are crawling all over the place. Send them out before we drop.
Damage, sir. I'll get us above the roof so you can bail out. We're in position! Go, go!
See you on the roof, Paladin.
Operational. Target in range. Hello, sir. It's going to be difficult finding
No way
anyone
I'm
useful
cracking
in
this.
this mess.
I don't see the agitator anywhere. It must have been moved. Let's check out that terminal over
Calm
there.
down, Noel. You knew that this was coming. I don't understand why you're acting this way.
Don't tell me to calm down, Carl. When we started designing the beryllium agitator, you said it would be for the benefit of mankind. Instead, I find out that you have been planning on turning it over to the military all along. You lied to me.
Don't give me that high and mighty attitude. Have you picked up a newspaper lately? There's a war going on.
I can't believe
That's
what I said.
enough.
Think you can
When
unlock that
and
terminal?
science start taking sides.
See what you can do. Need your expertise. Hack that terminal. Security's too tight. Hey,
I'd be happy to help if I can.
think you can unlock that terminal? See what you can do. Need your expertise. Hey,
Yes, sir?
think you can unlock that terminal? Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
This place has seen better days, that's for sure. Amazing that this tower is still standing. Hope it stays that way while we're here. Keycard, eh? Bet that's gonna come in handy.
going down. My apologies. I think I've lost them. Not much of a threat after all. We may have some trouble. Hopefully that's nice try. Enemies over here. Detonating explosive charge.
They've knocked out the power to the elevators.
Possibly. You must die now, human.
Fire!
Got it.
We could always drop through here. Might not be as cushy as an elevator ride, but at least we'll be headed in the right direction.
There we go.
Doing a bit of light reading to pass the time.
Back online.
Going down.
Hostiles. Hello? Attacking enemy.
Eradicated.
There it is. Mass fusion's reactor. Don't make them like that anymore. Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation protection. I'll communicate with you through their intercom system while I monitor everything from out here.
Proctor.
Looks pretty dangerous in there. You have enough radiation protection on you?
I was just gonna hold my breath.
Cute. Real cute. Here, I have 2 doses of Rad-X, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. You know, this was a nuclear research facility. If you look around, I'm sure you can find something that'll do the trick.
Now cycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
The beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
Security alert in the reactor chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated.
What was that? False alarm.
Those items any longer.
unalienable rights.
Identify yourself.
I hold these truths to be self-evident, that all Americans are created equal and are endowed with certain unalienable rights.
The Institute must have sent reinforcements. I'll help hold them off. Just make sure you get the agitator out of here.
Ingram?
Can it wait? We have to get the agitator back to the airport.
Thanks for the assist, sir.
Excuse me.
Hell yeah. We slagged those damn synths.
Law and order has prevailed.
It's always fascinating watching you create.
Whatever it is. What I wouldn't give for a good stiff drink.
I wasn't aware that roaming the Commonwealth could prove so interesting.
Only thing better than getting pissed is picking a fight. Am I right? rather be off murdering a plane. Nothing's more satisfying than a smoking gun and a pocket full of cats. I don't ask for much, just full bottle is supposed to break.
See what you have done? Did you think I wouldn't know you've betrayed me? After all I've done, the lengths to which I've gone to give you a new home, a new life, for us to be a family. But you have made your choice. From this point on, you are an enemy of the Institute. Should you cross us, we will kill you. Go now, and live whatever meaningless life you can.
functions are operating at full capacity.
Carrying all that weight is simply slowing you down.
We really should just stay out of each other's way.
I was able to keep the Institute from getting their hands on the beryllium agitator.
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
What ended up happening at Mass Fusion?
Thanks to your help, our forces managed to take the building with very little resistance from the synths. We've posted a garrison there, and they'll keep the place under guard for the time being. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've got a lot of work to do. Well, this is it. Moment of truth. pre-programmed Liberty Prime's battle coordinates into his navigational processor. As soon as he's under his own power, he'll head straight for the Institute. Elder Maxon wants you to follow, and make sure he arrives at the CIT in one piece. I've checked every wire and every bolt on the big guy. All we need to do is plug in the agitator, start Prime's reactor, and cross our fingers.